Not right now, but on deck we got Matt. Matt's gonna be on deck. But right now, I'm gonna give it up to my boy Rob. So Rob, come on up here. And I'm sure Rob will explain it, but just so you know, when Rob has a minute left, you're gonna hear me in the corner go wrap it up. I'm not talking shit on my boy, but like he won't see the light. So I'm gonna say wrap it up, so I'm not talking shit. Nobody get mad at me, but make some noise for Rob right now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to address the elephant in the room real quick. I apologize if any of my ex-girlfriends are in here. I'm not talking about you. So, I'm visually impaired. So, I've got a lot of blind jokes. My whole set is not based on that. If you're expecting that, I know I've got a good shtick. But that is not what my bit is all about. I've got a vast well of experience to make jokes about. Speaking of wells, has anybody ever actually physically been to one? Like, have you ever tried to look down to the bottom of that shit?
No.
Yeah, no. I can't. So, in regards to that, the bottom of my well is basically the Pacific Ocean. Context to that, I'm a military brat, lived all over the place, kind of native to Rapid City on and off. We have a love-hate relationship anyways. So, let's get started with the fact that I'm not a douchebag, but I do wear sunglasses inside. Sun's good. And it's just to protect my eyes. So, where are my game nerds at? My gamers. Alright, cool. Who in here is old enough to have played the original Super Mario Bros? Alright, how about Legend of Zelda? Alright, anybody else have a screwed up perception of how relationships are supposed to work from those games? I mean, I'm 6 years old playing this little plumber, I'm Trevor. And I'm running through, killing all these bad guys, hoping to get to the end of that first level and find Princess Peach. Motherfucker isn't there. Where is this chick? Okay, so now I'm playing throughout this game. I get to the next castle, harder. I'm swimming through freaking oceans for this girl. Where's she at? Okay, alright. I'm finally tired of this shit, because if you played Super Mario on Nintendo, there's no continues.
Yes, yes.
No! So, fuck that. So I switch over to Legend of Zelda. Princess, still there. 8 dungeons, not there. I'm collecting little pieces of triangles here. I get there, there's this pig guy, and Princess, okay, I saved her. Now what? Nothing. How is my relationship's perception built? I feel personally attacked as a male. I hope the females feel it too, because I have not met a single woman that needs my help. I'm a fucking turtle or a pig. Sorry. So with my history here in Rapid City, I've also lived East River, so we got that whole East River, West River. Yeah. I'm not from South Dakota. I don't give a shit. South Dakota blows.
Woo!
I mean that in the windy sense. I actually used to work in wind, so we're ranked 4th in the state for wind potential, or fourth in the country. Sorry. So speaking of height, one of the big comments I get when I say that I've worked on wind turbines is, man, fuck heights. Okay, when you're 280 feet up in the air and your Ford F-350 looks like a fucking micro machine, and credit to any of you who know what a micro machine is, because that means you're older than me. It's the shit that those burglars in Home Alone stepped on at the bottom of the stairs. Anyways, I'm dating myself here. I'm almost 40. I've got a 21-year-old son who goes to School of Mines. He is not here. And he flat out told me he would murder me if I joked about him. We went out to Buffalo Wild Wings before this. So I asked him, I was like, okay, so college boy, tell me what filicide means. Well, for those of you who don't know, I'm a word nerd. Filicide means the murder or death of one's own child.
Oof.
So I told him, you will be filicided tonight if you attempt to kill me. All that being said, I surprisingly have raised two exceptional human beings, in my opinion. Two boys, one mother. Met her here in Rapid City, moved East River. Worst 9 years of my life. 0 stars. Do not recommend. So, I've heard a lot of people talking about dating, relationships. As a blind guy, as a single dad in the dating pool these years, first of all, being divorced, I've already got trust issues. I've had those before I even met their mom. And now you throw being blind into that? And dating apps? The fuck am I swiping on? I mean, I was talking to some friends the other day. I'm like, hey, I should probably change my dating profile when I decide to actually do that again. And I came up with the best hook ever. Hey, have you ever been on a blind date? Because if you go on one with me, all of my dates are blind dates. All right. Again, I'm not going to use the whole blind thing for my whole shtick. So, being a military kid, moving all over the place, you kind of feel like a nomad. Nowhere's home. I finally decided to make Rapid City kind of home. But why? Out of all of the places I've lived, I was born in Southern California, lived in Florida, lived in Japan. Let me tell you, the Japanese are some weird fucks. I very much respect their culture. I was 11 to 15 when I lived there. You could buy beer out of a soda machine, a 24-ounce Orion beer for 200 yen, which is less than $2 in American money. As a teenager, you could go off base. If you skipped lunch on a Friday, with your $5, you could go off base, buy 2 tall boys and a pack of Marlboro menthols. Nobody fucking cards you. And you know what? As an American citizen, if you went to any Japanese shop, they didn't care. You were American. Your money was worth more than theirs.
Oh, okay. Wrap it up.
Yeah. So that being said, I've heard a couple comics mention Trevor Sight. I very much relate to being short because in my family, I was always the tallest. Well, now my 21-year-old son is about this tall. That being said, with my visual impairment, I love being around here because if I've got a drink in my hand, I know immediately when Trevor walks by because I don't have to set it down. Thank you guys so much for all of your time.